Hello viewers, my name is Abundance Effiong. Welcome to the Street Talk Show. This episode is titled, What Next? Ibom Deep Sea Port. Okay, so this episode I'll be focusing on Ibom Deep Sea Port and the Ibom Industrial City. I discovered that when I went through this material for Ibom Deep Sea Port and the Ibom Industrial City, I realized that these are two gargantuan projects that are merged together. So I want you to sit back and then listen to what I have to say about these two projects. But first, before I go on, I'd like to thank you so much for watching the Street Talk Show and for commenting and for liking and subscribing. I want you to continue the good work. Now, Ibom Deep Sea Port is the deepest and the largest seaport you can think of in Nigeria. There is no other one like it. So you find out that this project, by the time it is completed, will become the most ambitious project that a state government and a federal government have ever embarked on. You know, I'll tell you a couple of features about the Ibom Deep Sea Port, just in case you are not aware of it. Okay? The Ibom Deep Sea Port, as I see here, was conceived by the Nigerian Ports Authority through the Federal Ministry of Transportation, Akwa Ibom State. They conceived this and decided to build this thing in Akwa Ibom State. Now imagine for one moment that this project is completed. Do you know how many people will be employed? You don't know. Over 300,000 people will be employed in this particular project. Now, Akwa Ibom State is deeming to have Ibom Industrial City, and this is going to be mind-blowing. But let's really begin with the deep sea port, which is what I'm most concerned with right now. Let me read something here from their website. It says Ibom Deep Sea Port is designed for very large vessels that can load over 13,000 containers in one voyage. Imagine that. 13,000. You say it will be a transshipment port as the smaller vehicle, smaller vessels, yes, will redistribute cargo from the mega vessels to seaports, river ports, closer to the consignees within Nigeria and outside Nigeria. Okay, so you understand now that the IDSP is something that we all celebrate, we in Akwa Ibom State, but not just we alone. I want to encourage the entire Nigerian populace to celebrate these projects. Now here is the backdrop. We understand that the Lagos ports are functioning, but they are not able to cater to all of the maritime activities that flood into Lagos. And so we have delays. Sometimes we have containers coming in and they're not able to clear, and sometimes we have containers that have to bet in Lome, bet in Benin. That's because the Lagos port is not able to cater to all of these things. And hence the reason the Ibom seaports has come. Not just a seaport, a deep seaport. And you understand what a deep seaport is. from what I have read, the Lagos Seaport can take to from 10 to 12 meters depth, whereas this one can take 15 to 18 meters depth. Imagine also taking ships that are up to that kind of depth. That's huge. Now, I'd like you to also understand that the Ibom Deep Sea Port is not going to benefit only Nigeria. It's also going to be something that will benefit, I look at these countries, because where it is will strategically benefit JDZ, Sao Tome, Equatorial Guinea, Cameroon, Angola, Gabon, Congo DRC, Chad, etc. Imagine the kind of traffic that is going to come into this country because of the Ibom Deep Sea Port. This is not a joke. You see, when you look at this project is something that all of us need to be concerned about. You know, when the Ajakuta steel rolling mill came up and that vision came up, we were all excited that it was going to be an end to all our steel issues. We're going to be able to fabricate vehicles. We're going to be able to fabricate automobile engines. Do so much. But today, what has happened? That whole project is a sham. Nothing is happening. Imagine if the Ajakuta steel rolling mill had functioned at its maximum peak, maximum capacity. Do you know what that would mean to the people of Kogi and the people of all over North Central? Now, this IDSP is going to affect people in the South, people in the Southeast, people in North Central, people in Northeast. Imagine that. It is also a free trade zone, that you may know that. That's I'm talking about now in combination with the Ibom Industrial City. Now, the Ibom Industrial City sits on 517 hectares of land. Do you know that that city is going to, first and foremost, is going to have real estate value? People are going to live in that city. It's going to have automobile plants. It's going to have agricultural industries, agro-industries. It's going to have petrochemical industries. It's going to have maritime industries. So much is going to come into this place. Imagine if this thing takes off. Now, why am I coming to talk about this IDSP and the IIC? I'm coming to sound a warning. It is not new to Nigerians that will read on paper very lofty projects, very wonderful projects that if they take off right now, unemployment will just vanish. But what happens afterwards? You discover that a lot of things begin to go down. A lot of things, a lot of activities that were picking up begin to soft pedal. There's a 10-man technical committee that is spearheading this whole project. As I speak to you right now, they have a timeline. The federal government approved this project in 2015. That's 10 years ago. So we've been told that they have a timeline to be able to deliver. But if the one or two things that they're going to do, from what I read, I'm not a technical person in this particular, so I may not really go into a lot of technical issues. But I know that Pricewater and Cooper has been the one that has been contracted to ensure that all forms of purchase, any kind of purchase that is going to be done with contractors, using contractors is going to be from them. They are going to be the ones to supervise all of that. And then we also have this other organization that is the maritime advisors. So right now, the land has been procured. It has been cleared according to what I have read on paper. Now, the primary things, feasibility studies, what they call the business case, what you can actually say feasibility study in normal language. You know, I won't be able to use all those maritime terminologies. So they have done all of those things. They have employed, or I should say that they have contracted all the necessary companies that are going to take care of these early stages. That's what has been done. But here I am. I want to encourage the Akwa Ibom State governments. Udom had this, Governor Udom Emmanuel had this in mind. He was talking about it so passionately, but he left without much being accomplished. Now here is Governor Moeno, who is talking about this project passionately. I want to see more action. Nigerians want to see the timelines, the reports in the newspapers, want to see media coverage. We should be able to see these things being actualized. You know, 10 years have passed. How many years is it going to take for this project to be accomplished? We need to know that, because from all the things I've read, even in their website, I've not seen that timeline that, okay, it's going to take 20 years, it's going to take 10 years, it's going to take 15 years. Or is it going to be that when some of us have aged, maybe we're 100 years before this project? You know, government projects is always like this. So much on paper. You go to their website, you see that a lot has been talked about this project. But if you also go to their website, the information are very lean. Even something like gallery. You can't even see gallery where you see people take pictures. Please, Your Excellency, Governor Moeno, the governor of Akwa Ibom State, I want to plead with you. Let this project not be like a Jekuta steel rolling mill. Let this project not be a political project. Businesses are suffering. And just to put in a little bit sentiment, recently a lot of houses, a lot of shops, companies have been demolished in Lagos. And somehow, I don't know why, most of those buildings belong to the Igbos. So if those buildings belong to the Igbos, you cannot take away the sentiment of tribal witch hunting. You can't take away that sentiment. And so for me, building this Ibom Deep Sea Port will be a way of bringing back most of those southeastern investors to come and do business in Akwa Ibom State. You see, imagine those countries I mentioned: DR Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Benin Republic. You know, that's the Western and the Central African countries coming to do business in Akwa Ibom. Do you know what that's going to translate into? So I want to encourage you, Your Excellency, to take this project as a priority project. Let it not become another white elephant project, because we've seen projects that are very lofty, that if they are accomplished, Nigerians will have opportunity to work. Please, I plead with you that the speed that is required to facilitate this project should be applied. We can't afford to go at this pace. I think after 10 years, the pace is not too encouraging. That's what I am looking at, because these things are practical things. These things are physical things that people can easily see. Projects are not spiritual things. They are just physical things that people can access and then assess. I also understand that we will have access roads from the air, access road through train, access road through land. When you hear me say access road, I am just talking about the transport situation, all of these things. And when I look around, I discover that all those eastern road that we are talking about to have to take someone to this IDSP, they're not accomplished. The train that we have heard, the train network, is not being done from Port Harcourt to Calabar to Uyo to Aba, all of those things, moving all the way to Cameroon and all of those, they are not done. So what are we talking about? So basically, it's just the initial framework, what you could just say, where you're dealing with consultants, you're giving them money to do this, do that. But we need to start seeing the main job being done. Well, we will keep monitoring this project. As it goes on, we will talk about it. But I am saying that let this project not be like the Dakota steel rolling mill that after so many years is yet to take off. If this vision is achieved, even if it is not in a Governor Moino's time, but at least let us see something substantial being done, something that we can relate to, not just something on paper that we keep talking about. Please, Your Excellency, I plead with you to take more action. I also want the federal government, through the NPA, through the Ministry of Transportation, to take active participation. Now, I also understand that this is a public-private partnership project. So, if you are going to put your money in this thing, or you have already put your money in this thing, you that investor, I want you to take active interest. Let's see this thing done. This is the first deep sea project. And when it is done, Lagos will be decongested. And this is a fact. At least we won't have all of those stress of doing business at the maritime level in Lagos. Thank you so much for watching me. I will have to take my leave right now. You've been watching the Street Talk Show. My name is Abundance Zefion. If you have comments, go to our comment section and drop your comments. But I can assure you that for this project, we will be monitoring it. We'll be coming up from time to time to give you reports about this particular project. Because I like this Ibom Industrial City. Imagine if that is accomplished. I said when I started that over 300,000 jobs will be secured in this very complex, this mega complex. Imagine that. So I want to thank you for staying tuned, and I want to let you know that we will be coming again with other scintillating episodes. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, and God bless you.